Tag Show. Tag Show. That's gonna leave a mark, Taylor.
That's undisputed because I'm undisputed.
Turn on the Twitch app as we're live right now, so I can see who's in the chat with us.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch over to that whole situation now. Welcome to the Mixed Tag Show. 3 years in.
3-year anniversary. Happy anniversary. That sounds weird telling you happy anniversary, but you know.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know why. It sounds like you're not even on your mic anymore. Or maybe it's just I can hear more.
So what is it you need me to do? Because
right now I could. You said it's on your Samsung, right? The Samsung.
Yes, the microphone is on there, and then I put speakers, my AirPods.
So you should be good then. Then I guess it's just a mic.
Can you
Your
hear
mic
me?
is just picking up very nicely, I guess. I can hear you better now when you bring it up closer.
All right, let me try. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to talk like this for the the whole time.
If you're comfortable that way.
Yo, what's good? Miss Jenna baby on the ones and twos. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Don't do that. Let me. I'm gonna go ahead and just again. I gotta get to this other side. If you're tuned in right now to us, just bear with us. We try to get all our stuff together. In the meantime, I'm gonna tell you why we're late. Why I'm late. So I had a job meeting.
That's not on me.
Yeah. Like the job meeting lasted longer than it was. Like, yeah, you get up at 4. You're gonna be here till 5. Da da da. I'm looking at the clock, and the clock says like 5:45.
But that's what we expect when it comes to you and being late, so it's fine.
Nah, I'm always on time. Relax. I don't like being late. Late is not my thing. I prefer to be on time.
I hear you.
I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want to go onto your Twitch account so you can see the chat room as you start letting people in. Just make sure that your phone is like volume down so you don't get no feedback. Just so you can see the people that's in the chat with us. You know what I mean?
Facts, yo. Even though I always have a hard time like logging into my Twitch, like it's mad weird.
Why you have a hard time?
I don't know, but we start you stalling, son. Let's talk. I'm ready to talk about our show.
I want to make sure.
See, like right now I'm open the app. Do I have the app?
See, look at that. That's what I'm saying. I just want to make sure that our stream is good. I want to make sure that everybody's either on their way in or hold on. Let me mute my mic so I can make sure I can hear us properly.
Yo. You're like right now I'm happy.
All right, that app is popping. We good with that. I'm about to go ahead and make this blast. Make sure everybody can join us right now into the chat room, so that way they can chat with us. Slepton 92. Congratulations on 3 years anniversary. Thank you. We're here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We made it.
Appreciate it.
I know we was gonna make it this far, but we did.
Because we've gone through some tough times together, but here we here, man. We
For
here.
For real. So I'm gonna go ahead and blast this link out to what we need to in terms of the Twitter world and Instagram world and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. But
see, I don't know my login.
Oh my God!
All right, this is fine. We're here. I want to get into the show. Can I? Is it? What's up, everybody?
Go ahead.
Who's doing?
Go ahead. I'm doing. Go ahead.
Because you was late. What's up, everybody? You are listening and watching a special edition of the Mixed Tag Show. It's not just a regular episode. It's our 3-year anniversary. Happy anniversary,
Happy anniversary, tag team partner. We've been here for 3 years on this. I was watching our first season. Yeah, our very first episode. I was watching that earlier, and it was just like, all right.
That's mad surreal, and it was like super super cringe when you sent me the video. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
because I was mad nervous. Like you had like the experience, that's why I was just like, I'm
yeah.
following your lead, but I was mad
Yo, she was super
nervous.
nervous. She was super, super nervous. I'm like, yo, relax. We good. We're good.
And now
Relax.
look, I'm the star of the team. Like you know how it is the MVP.
Ah.
You do the editing that shit thing, but they the face of the company, kind of like
Uh,
WWE and stuff like that. That's what I am. That's what Miss Jenna Baby is.
uh,
Nonetheless,
uh.
where can that's it. We were wasting time. Where can they find us at
They can find us
on social and
on
everything?
social media, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere at the Mixed Tag Show YouTube channel at the Mixed Tag Show, or you can follow us on our personal at.
Miss Jenna Baby BAYBE, although I'm putting out a disclaimer. If you follow me and I have not followed you back, I am on a social media hiatus because I'm in my Zen world.
See, look,
You got a
the
sage,
face of the Mixed
got a
Tag
sage in
Show.
the place, got the diffuser go lavender oil going off right now. I got my crystal, so we're in a Zen vibe right now. So I'm on a
Yeah,
hiatus.
the face
Or you
of
can
the Mixed Tag Show is a hiatus on one of our biggest days.
word. 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 Where and they can find you at
Blue Magic Grind, spelled how it sounds. I know we experimented somewhere in between with it simply blue. It simply was not working. Um,
not at all.
so we're
Not
back
at all.
here. I'm making sure that everybody knows where to find us as we're like getting everybody into the chat room, taking our time with this. How was your week so far?
I mean, it's Monday, so
Oh, shout out to Sir McFly, season 3 fantasy champion, holding his
winning,
title.
winning. What's up, Craig? You ain't
Yo,
gotta lie, Craig.
Yo, email us
What's up?
or DM us the picture with you and your title. I'll post it up right now on our Twitch. I'll put it up here with us. Just go ahead real quick and send that to us. We'll post a picture real quick. If you have any pictures with us, we'll say that right now. I'll see this throughout throughout the whole thing. If you have a picture with us, just go ahead and either DM it to us or email it to us. Well, DM it to the Mixed Tag Show, email it to the Mixed Tag Show, and I'll try to get on during our stream just to show you guys some love. And we got some
Yes, I
giveaways.
remember.
I don't know how we're gonna do these giveaways, but we got some giveaways.
Well, you got money. He's talking about giveaways. Speaking of which, however, those of you that are listening and watching, I don't know how Blue wants to do this. I just want to give this stuff away because over the 3 years we have collected a lot of merch. Some that we've had to pay for. Most of it, shout out to the WWE shop for keeping us laced and just the partnership that we've had
Right.
over since the beginning, because we can get into all of that. Nonetheless, I need room. So look out on our Instagram. I'm gonna have Blue post it because again, I am not on social media currently.
Right.
I'm gonna give Blue the picture and the whole nine, but I'm giving away a lot of my shirts and stuff that I just don't want anymore and for the free. So
Just giving out
yeah,
the
so
merch
look
to the
out for that.
people.
Yes, I'm giving out my merch, worn by me, so people can be like, "Oh my God, Jenna wore this, or didn't wear this," and
I don't think they're gonna be
you
that
don't think
excited.
that's gonna be the case. Oh well, I just thought, I just thought.
But definitely,
But other than that,
I think I do have a
my,
couple of shirts too that I haven't worn that I could give away as well. That you know what, we'll just start like DM us your email address, DM us your address. We'll just start sending out random things. Just send us your size so we can make sure that it fits you.
no, that's not how we're gonna do. We're gonna do it like we did last time. That's that you can't. You're not gonna keep order of that. We're gonna post a picture of what we're giving away, and then it's gonna be a list of what it is and the size, and whoever claims it first is the winner, and then send us the DM, and we'll do it like that.
All right, fine. What you mean I'm gonna keep track of
Anyway,
that? I just want to make sure everybody
my
gets something. That's why I was like, all right, if you're size XL, you'll get one of these. You'll get one of that.
no first come first serve. F that. Like what is this? We're not trying to be fair. If you call, listen. If you get the undisputed hoodie, by all
TKO.
means,
Shout out
grab
to
it.
TKO in the chat room right now.
You're my BFFL.
He said, "Give me
Um.
everything." The fuck.
Okay, if you want to fit a woman's small Finn Balor shirt.
I don't put it past that TKO would not try to wear that.
I don't know. He's buff right now. Mr. Wrestler over here, so
He's
he
still
got
trying to
the
wear
gun
it.
show going. Yeah, I might have to check him out one of these days, especially since I'm vaccinated and no COVID
I'm
over
halfway
here.
there. I'm halfway there on the vaccination side. So, I
Fact.
can be a little bit more comfortable when I go out and about later on in life if I decide to step out.
Anyway, you asked me about my week. You are rambling, sir, and
You started it.
I'm pretty sure people want. No, you said about the gift. Anyway, my week it just started, but it's been great. At my job, it's the 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off thing. So the past couple of weeks, I've been really just doing me. Been going out with my friends and just enjoying life. So
You're out
I'm
and about.
Gucci,
Me, I've been.
huh?
So you just not working at all, huh?
Shh.
All
Come
right.
on, son. I'm working. I
That's what I
am
said.
working.
You
But
out here working hard. You out here working
what
hard.
I'm saying is I'm working. I work at home 2 weeks and then work in the office 2 weeks. So that's kind of how it works. But
Got you.
I'm fantastic. Manifesting fantastic positive vibes. Zen Jenna.
Zen Jenna.
Oh. Yes. Zen Jen. Zen Jen. Maybe
Zen
that should
Jen.
be my Miss Zen Jen baby.
Shout out to Sadie in the chat room too. Like I said earlier, if you have a picture with us, please DM it to us. We're gonna try to DM it on Twitter or Instagram. We're gonna put some pictures up in here of you guys just to show some love that we know that you guys have followed us for the past 3 years. Been a part of this journey with us, and we truly appreciate it. Before we get to of the wrestling, yeah, Sir
How are
McFly.
you? How was your week?
My week has been chill. I've been like trying to stay busy. You know, been working, trying to get ready for this.
Hmm.
Now I'm doing Twitches, like video game Twitches. Like I'm doing like last night I did the first time like Call of Duty and FIFA. I'm still trying to work out the kinks of everything, but I'm trying to learn how to do different things and like in terms of that. You
Too
know
bad.
me. I always try to stay busy.
Too bad you're not a PlayStation dude because we could have been doing the damn thing, yo.
Nah, but I'm like on Xbox. You have an Xbox. Like I don't see what the problem is.
No, I don't. What do you mean I have an Xbox?
You have an Xbox One.
Yeah, but that's in storage. You got to
Why'd
get
you
rid
put
of
it
the
in
old so you
storage?
can make.
Nah, what are you
Because it's all about
doing?
my PlayStation 5 right now. What we talking, son? How do I even find the mixed tag show?
What you mean? How you find the mixed tag show?
On Twitch. How do I find the mixed tag show?
Twitch.tv/the mixed tag show, or you can search in the search box the mixed tag show.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm
Aha.
doing. But it says no results found.
Why? You probably done it wrong.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know.
You know you're not the best with
Let's
technology.
I'm sorry.
I said you know you're not the best with technology.
Says who? Just because I'm not like a editing nerd like you are. Anyway,
You're not the best. You even admit it. Why are you trying to argue with
I've
me
never
now?
admitted that to you. About in regards to technology, I've admitted to you that I'm not the best when it comes to math. Now, math, I will never deny that I'm good at. Anyway, so do you want to tell the people because how we started in regards to the mixed tag show? You want me to take the lead? Like, how did the mixed tag show come together?
First, I was
Talk
gonna.
to me.
First of all, I just want to give a quick shout out again to our homeboy that's holding us down. He sent this picture in. Sir McFly sent this picture, and I just want to quickly just highlight that. It's gonna be right in between us in a second. Boom. Like, yeah.
I'll start. While you're doing that, I guess I'll start off and
Shout out to,
you.
you can't really see this. You gotta find us on Twitch. Let me send you the link because you like.
Yes, but you gotta also but you also understand we're doing audio. I'm pretty sure people want to hear us talk and
Yeah,
instead
of
of
course.
just
They're gonna hear us talk, but it's in the process. So TKL say he has PS5 and y'all don't even play. So
mind your business. Anyway, I will start off how what I
your
wanted to do
perspective. Go
3 years ago in
ahead. Your
regards.
perspective. Go ahead.
Yes. So again, as you know, I'm all about manifesting or whatever. And in hindsight, this is everything that happened a couple of years ago. 2016, 2017, I was a banker at a specific branch in Chase or whatever. I started getting wanted to do something outside of that. And I remember a coworker of mine and a client that I'm actually good friends with today, an older man, always said that I had a voice that should be on the radio. And someone even said that while I was at training. It just sounds like you have one of those VJ type voices to be on the radio. So I always thought about that. What do I want to do to hone in on that? So I was like, I love sports, right? So let me do something with sports. And then I can see you clicking on everything through your glasses. Anyway,
Yo, get out my glasses, B.
I mean, it just doesn't look like you're paying attention.
I am paying. I'm watching
long
you.
story short, I was very, very passionate about wrestling at the time because our not our homegirl, but our favorite, Sasha Banks, was killing it, or whatever. And I was just very passionate about it. And I was just about women's wrestling. I've never had this passion for women's wrestling. So it's just you know what? You don't hear too many women talk about wrestling. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a this was around Wrestlemania 33, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a wrestling podcast. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, who I was gonna do it with. If I was gonna do it by myself, but it was just something I put out into the universe.
Right.
Fast forward, what happened? I want to say maybe that a couple of months later. I don't know what was the case, but you came along. And how did you come along?
So my thing is, I always again, I'm coming from radio. I've done a couple of podcasts, and of course, I'm a wrestling fan. So I'm like, all right, I want to do something wrestling related. But around that time, I didn't feel like there was any really duo of a guy and a girl doing the podcasts together.
Mm-hmm.
And then little did we know there's a whole community, but we'll get into that later. So I'm like, all right, I don't really see anything. Maybe I came up with an idea for a guy and a girl duo, and then I seen your pictures as I'm, stalking Sasha like I always do. Not like the way I like that. That's not actually, but just looking through the IG stories, whatever.
Going through her page.
Right, IG
yeah,
stories.
You gotta
I gotta be careful.
You're not one of those.
Yeah, I'm not one of those creeps that stalk her wherever she goes type thing, or wait for her at the airport or anything like that. But yeah. So I'm like, all right. So then Sasha happens to put up a picture of Jenna up in the middle of the street in New York. So I know what New York looks like. So I know this person is local. Well, I bet there's a Sasha fan and they're in the area. Boom. Let me see what's good with that. So I hit her up, and it was around Royal Rumble or whatever. So then I'm like, yo, you going to Royal Rumble? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, well, me and my boys going to be out there in case you want to stop by, whatever the case may be. I'm mad, chill or whatever. It was me.
No, but see, you hold on. You're missing significant details, because remember what you said to me. You had to do this strategically because you didn't want to come off as a guy that was sliding in the DMs. So you hit me because you saw I was watching the Warriors game.
That's what it was.
See, you sucked. I was watching the Warriors.
I was trying to get cut to it. We only got a few hours.
No, but it is good. It's because it brings the story together.
Right.
And then you talking to me about that. I don't know why I decided, let me talk to this
guy.
Yeah,
it was basketball.
Because we weren't following each other.
I didn't want to look like I was trying to bag or anything like that, because that wasn't the case. I'm like, I just want to, And
then, like I said, in regards to manifestation, when you put things out there, how just the universe and everything and God makes things happen, because again, that wasn't your intent. And again, when you're not following someone, right, what your stuff goes into the request bin,
right?
And that's what, I don't know what made me decide to check that, but go ahead, continue.
But yeah, so I was like, filling her out, and then start asking wrestling questions and seeing her knowledge. I didn't want to be just a pretty face next, have a pretty face just on the show. I want somebody that actually knew what they was talking about. So we started talking about the Monday.
My God, the pretty. Okay,
anyway,
go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
The Monday Night Wars and all that stuff. And we kind of got into the debates about that. And then that's when the whole thing was Royal Rumble, and I know she's still trying to figure out I don't trust this nigga. So I'm not really all right, cool. But eventually we just started.
Wait. Well, when we, like you said, we got into a heated debate,
right,
in regards to, that's what caught my attention in regards to that.
Right.
Would be good banter for a podcast.
Exactly. So then eventually we was like, all right, bet, let's meet up. And we met up at the Buffalo Wild Wings, one of my favorite spots. And we sat there for like a
Yes.
good 3 hours just talking wrestling, planning out the show, whatever. And I said this yesterday when I was doing Straight Shoot Sundays with Miss Krista B. She said, "What up, though?" to you as well.
What up?
So,
What up to the homie?
so I was telling her this, like, you didn't even like the Mixed Tag Show as a name. Like, I told you the Mixed Tag Show. You was like, I don't know. I think we can do better.
You said the mixed tag something, but I wanted show.
No,
I wanted to put show in there. I didn't like the mixed tag, but I wanted show because I wanted to be, because I was so hell bent on doing YouTube as well. You were just like more focused. Let's do the audio thing first
yeah.
and then we'll get to the
That's
YouTube
true.
until we found somewhere that would actually do both audio and
I
video.
don't remember you coming with the show part. Let's say not. I have bad memories. Y'all already know that.
Your memory sucks.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, so I'm not doubting it. I'm
fill
not
the
doubting it.
blanks.
But so eventually we was like, all right, and I was like, all right, so we're gonna put show. We gotta put you for Jenna and Blue. And you was like, no, just put Blue and Jenna. This was your idea. I'm like, no, it doesn't sound good. It has to be Jenna and Blue. And we argued about it. We had to ask a random waitress at Buffalo Wild Wings. Like,
it wasn't because of that. It was because of the show part, and then the waitress or whoever or whatever random person was like, "Nah, I like show."
No.
I
Not
wish
that part.
I could.
Not that part. I'm talking about the Jenna and Blue. You didn't like the Jenna and Blue part. The waitress, you wanted it to be Blue and Jenna.
I was probably just being honest.
Yeah, you was like, you wanted Blue and Jenna.
It was probably being.
So then I was like, no, it has to be.
Because, technically it is about me.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So you was like, no, it should just be Blue and Jenna. And I'm like, it doesn't flow. And then eventually we had to, sorry, I'm trying to get into the chat again. So eventually you had to ask the waitress, like, what sounds better? She's like, Jenna and Blue sounds better. She was like, all right, bet we're going to go with Jenna and Blue. And we kept asking the waitresses like, for their opinions. And they just sitting there looking at us.
I don't even think we were also asking. We were just asking random people
too,
that were there because it's a sports thing.
Right.
And yeah, and then I gotta give you like your flowers because you came up with the really, really good idea of like doing skits. Like that wasn't even on my mind frame, but you came up with the idea of skits because when you think of wrestling, right, you think of promos and skits. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And then we both came up with really good creative ideas. In that sense, I don't remember us arguing about the skits.
Nah.
We were kind of like literally on the same page in regards to what we were going to do.
Yeah.
And then Blue, the reason why I was on board with just working with him, not because only because of the debate we had, but because he, like he said, his previous employments, he had connections. So I was like, all right, that'll make it easier. And he even showed me what he did. So it's kind of like, all right, a pretty face just got to show up. That's it. That's it.
I sent you the link. I don't know if you can log in to see what's going on right now. But shout out to TKO. He sent us a picture of him in the Mixed Tag Show shirt, the white one with the missing background. Shout out to him. He's one of our very early supporters. He actually was on the show a few times as well.
Yeah, been on the show, been on a skit. He's been in the draft. He's been a very, very, very big supporter.
So Steady says the skits were fire. That's what made him start doing them as well. And then Summer Fly said, I missed the skits. The New Day Pancake skit is the top tier. Like that's his favorite.
And I think that was the best one. But the one that really like went viral for us, like I don't even think that like the pancake one, the New Day one, I think was our best one. But the one that really went viral was the Survivor Series one.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah. When we did the one where when you try to switch up, that was a very good one as well. The crazy thing is that I actually edited that on the plane on the way to LA. And then like
just for Survivor.
Yeah, Survivor Series. And then as I'm editing it on the plane, I touched down and meet with some people that I haven't seen in a while, and I'm just sitting there and I'm still editing. And the entire time went on the way to the Airbnb, I'm just editing. I'm like, yo, this has to get out before,
because obviously it's good promo. And for whatever reason, that joint got like 30, 40, 50 on our page in regards to views. I know, and then, the WWE shop posted it, but that was a good one. And then there was when we did the whole WrestleMania campaign
that solidified our relationship with WWE shop for real. They saw how we worked, and we was able to bring some like close friends of ours to help us with the process as well. Shout out to those wrestling girls. They're in the chat room as well saying happy anniversary. Thank you guys. That's another one of our
Thank you.
friends of the podcast, and we're friends of theirs as well.
Shout out to them. I was on the women's in wrestling panel, and I was telling you that was like amazing, you know, because again it's Women's History Month, so it's like just to see women, especially women of color.
Sorry.
Whatever. Like I'm over here bigging up women and bigging up y'all stuff. Anyway, but no, it was really empowering just to see a lot of women doing their things and a couple of podcasters that were just starting out, or just how listen to how they started out, kind of how we did in a sense, you know what I mean? So it was just refreshing to see how different people come together and speak about wrestling. And it's crazy because not that many, like you said, I didn't know that there were so many people of color that watched wrestling and was passionate about it, you know. So all of doing this for the past 3 years has definitely like just opened my mind in the sense of all of this.
They said we are so happy to have you on, Jenna. They were very happy to bring you on. I don't know why, like, you know, she's just regular, but I don't know.
Because it's all love. They love me, I love them. They, you know, it is what it is. I even thought about leaving this show, getting drafted to those wrestling girls. You know how, like, you know, WWE does their draft? I was hoping that they drafted me.
That's how you feel? Like I said, I told this to Kristen B yesterday, and I've told this to PR before. I have to be the first male on that show. I was one of their very first. I was probably their first supporter ever.
Why?
Huh? I was one of their first supporters ever.
Why? Yo, yeah, because your points are not that great. So why would they need to have you on?
I was the first supporter ever. My points are always on point.
Probably be one of the lowest.
Yeah, right.
Listen,
don't make me start calling my favorites.
You lucky they got mad. You lucky they got mad. They got mad supporters, so they gonna listen regardless. But you know that's probably not gonna be a favorite episode. Anyway,
everybody loves me. Right? You be hating.
3-year anniversary. I'm sorry. It's all love. I apologize.
You know what I thought about we should do? I don't know if I said this to you. I think we should have a fantasy draft, podcasters versus podcasters. I think that'd be dope.
That'd be dope. I would love to. I was just thinking about it because that was a really fun time that we were doing the fantasy draft, but we would have to really be consistent with the tallying of the points. Because you know that was.
I mean, that was the best time. We got a lot of downtime with COVID.
True, and then whoever wins, imagine if we won, we gift ourselves a title. But that'd be dope. Like kind of like, yeah, just get, you know, and we can like pass it around. I don't know, but that's a really good idea. Some type of collabo, because I know you definitely wanted to do a lot more with specifically Black podcasters.
They're bringing this up in the channel. I love this. Teddy said Jenna did show love at the Sasha Banks shoe sign in NYC. And then those wrestling girls said nothing beats Jenna and Blue's dynamic. It is a perfect match made in heaven. Aww. Shout out to Phil Maddock too. Phil Lindsay, that's the writer.
What up, Phil?
That, you know, we love to. I had on the Straight Shoe Sundays. We gotta definitely have him on the show. He does some great articles. The article on Apollo Crews. He did a couple of articles on diversity with AEW, what they're missing, what they did hit on. He's a very dope writer with Bleacher Report and a few other publications. So shout out to Phil.
Shout out to Phil for sure. I don't know. Anything else you want to touch on in regards to?
What was your favorite skit of all? Like, what was your personal favorite? Or series? Like, because you know we did.
It would. I mean, it has to be the New Day one. But if let's take out the New Day one, my favorite one is the one we did at the Superstore with the Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins with the mute. Like and everybody was in it. Like we got to, you know, bring our friends on and whatever, and get to go into the Superstore before it actually opened.
Yeah, that was a great experience.
It's just, as you look back, it's so crazy, like what you accomplished. Now it just seems like nothing, right. But and I'm sure those wrestling girls can like attest to that. It's kind of like now is nothing, but like we were talking on Saturday, just like how when you first get started, like the nerves and everything, and just now it's just like second nature. Like again, when you showed me that clip of us talking, and I was like, yeah, man, like that, like I don't know, it was so weird, and now it's nothing. What about you? What was your favorite
I
skit?
think I have like I love the series, right? I like the series when we did the baseball jerseys. Like the baseball jerseys was
That
fun.
yeah,
Like
yeah, those were
like taking the pictures and those situations. I love the AJ and Shinsuke. Like that's in our intro video. Like
that's a good one
yeah,
too.
like it's a few of them. Like I just feel like we had so much fun doing the skits, and I can't wait till like all this calms down and maybe we can start playing some more skits with more people on a bigger scale. And like no,
Yeah, for
like no,
sure.
this is like
And get back to really
having
like,
fun.
cause we, we had plans to really go to like Connecticut, just a lot of things, like kind of like the New Day thing was kind of a to be continued
Right, that
type
was the
thing with
part
the
one.
GPS going to Connecticut. Yeah.
So we can tell that story if
So,
we want. Like, so for people that don't know, like when we did the New Day skit, that was like actually literally a part one to supposed to be part two, where we were supposed to go up to Connecticut. And I don't want to tell the whole story of what we was gonna do at Connecticut because just in case we ever get a chance to really
exactly.
do it. But we was talking with WWE
Yeah.
about letting us come to the building and actually shoot our next skit there eventually. And that's still on the table, so we don't want to give away too much from it. But
There's still one that I think will be like would and it would have went perfect for the Hall of Fame for WrestleMania
last year,
that the Superstar skit too, but that we can you can always still edit that and what have you.
but yeah, there's just
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
just and no disrespect to WWE shop, I would love to do some more skits where we don't have to focus on WWE. Like I feel like that's where we had the most fun. It's like
I
wasn't
mean,
no much pressure on
we'll
like we got to make sure product placement is done and da da da. We just had fun with it. It'll be dope. Just like how we did with like I was looking back at some of our old skits too when we did the Austin one and the Jericho one and like this just was fun to do. Like just coming off the bat.
it's just we living in a crazy, crazy time where we didn't think that,
The WWE shop.
we would be in a pandemic. No,
Oh
not
no
even
no.
no, I'm just saying outside of that, like just you saying that you want to get back to doing it. I don't think anyone could have pictured we'd be in a
No, definitely
pandemic where
not.
we had to social distance and can't do things like that. So, but yeah, I would love to do that again and just branch out. There's so many opportunities.
Definitely.
I told you I was so motivated again. Shout out to those wrestling girls because they was just like they literally on their grind and doing different things and content and it just made it motivated me and it was dope to be on a panel with again seeing women and women of color just like passionate about their work and like I said it motivated me like yo yeah let's do this, let's do more things.
We had a
I
lot.
miss
We had
it.
a lot of ideas that's like in the book. So like not even the book, like not a real book. Like we have ideas in our head that we put to the side that we haven't even touched yet. And I'm pretty out and no disrespect to nobody else. Nobody else have touched it either. And I feel like we can still be one of those first ones to get it done. And I think it'll be really really dope.
I will say because I don't want us to drag on too long. Anybody that's listening to this podcast or watching it when Blue puts it up and everything, don't be scared to do something if you're passionate about
Facts.
it, right? Because you just never know what door that will open or lead to, right? Because yeah, you might start off with one or two people listening or 5, 10, 50, 100,000 people. We had to climb our way and then eventually whatever. So never be if you have a passion and it hasn't been done before or it has been, do it because you just literally never know who's listening and who's watching, right? And I'm more than grateful for this opportunity because we became brother and sister basically,
Yeah.
and then just all the friends that I've met, or the people that came in my life and the networks and just all these who would have thought that we would have met people from like Complex or Bleacher
Yeah.
Report and just you know what I mean? Just it's just so many different things and just super grateful for like taking a chance on an opportunity or opening up a DM. Like you just don't know,
Exactly.
right?
I
So
know that a lot like I'm gonna be posting up some pictures as we go through this. So if you see me like look like I'm distracted, it's not I'm just grabbing pictures from my Instagram just to post up into the chat because like we had a chance to interview our truth. You know what I mean? Like no like during one of the greatest time we got like a mini skit out of him and everything. And like
and shout out to Ron Killings because he's a really, really, really he's a dope guy. You know, sometimes you get starstruck in the sense of like, oh, this is someone I see on TV or I grew up watching. And you know, that was just a cool experience. And he was just like, it wasn't no Hollywood stuff or whatever. He was just real down to earth. Even told us a couple of things like what goes on backstage and how the kind of process works. So, you know, just manifesting more interviews and, you know, soon. So we shall
Do you
see.
hear his singing on my background?
Nothing too crazy.
All right, I just want to make sure that the listeners didn't get nothing. Because I got the old school heaters with the radiators. You know, they let out the steam and stuff.
Yeah, I mean slightly, but I don't like we're talking, so it's now that you say it, I hear it. So now I'm sure
All right,
that
give me 1 second.
someone.
I'm gonna turn it down.
All right, now this is the time that we all want to, you know, what we want is just Jenna, the mixed tag show with Jenna. Oh, damn! I thought I had
Nah,
my moment. I was getting ready to
nah, it's too
sing, rap
sexy.
a little, do
Nah,
something,
nobody
something.
wants you to rap. You remember when I had the
Anyway,
freestyle during
oh,
the
Josiah Williams
Josiah
interview.
Williams
I mean,
skit?
skit. Yeah,
You want me to bust something right now? I can
yeah.
bust
We don't
something
want
right
to hear.
now.
We don't.
You know what I mean? Yo,
Yeah, we don't want to
yo,
hear you. We don't hear you. Nope. Stop.
you get me on the verses.
Anywho,
No?
is there any, is there anything else you want to discuss in regards to our like formulation of this podcast, or do you want to just like briefly touch on anything that excite you this week?
We
Like,
could go ahead and.
do you have anything else like you want to wrap a bow on in regards to just this 3 year?
I think we talked about mostly everything. Like I really just enjoy like even though we fought a lot, we like it took a while for us to find our chemistry. So anybody that has that issue, it's normal. Like me and her used to scream
Facts.
at each
Me and him.
other.
Oh my
We used to
god.
scream at each other. Like I used to have to walk outside so I don't make too much noise inside the
He
house.
didn't. He didn't scream because he's. I'm like it's like
So when you know,
a
but
what is it, a fire, water, or ice thing. I'm like he's chilled, and I'm like the what's it called, the
the volcano,
I don't know. I was gonna say the redhead. I don't know. There's a word I'm looking for.
the
I'm
hothead.
definitely like the one, the hothead. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. I'm definitely the hothead, specifically when it comes to like talking about different things and stuff like that and ideas. Like I need my point across, and he's just very like, you're not gonna talk to me that
Right.
way, but
Yeah.
you know,
So,
very chill.
so you know what?
Yeah.
When she knew I yelled, she knew like, all right, nah, he's really mad. like it's just things like that. But you know, it's all love. You know, it brings us, it made us better, and it gives y'all
And we
great
barely,
content.
yeah, and but we barely argue
Yeah,
now.
we don't.
Like I don't think when's the last time we really got into it. It's just in 3 years you grow, right?
Right.
I know I've grown in a month, obviously. Um, you know, you become
Yo,
adults, you
Phil.
know.
Phil said the New York accents are amazing. First of all, I'm not from New York. I'm from Jersey. All right. So any accent I have is from
Yeah,
Jersey.
son. Yeah, I mean, you know what it is. That's how we talk. Sorry. I caught myself earlier today. Like I was talking out loud, like trying to figure out something I had to do, and I was like, talk like that.
Talk.
I'm like, yo, that's strong. That's what people have been talking about in regards to my accent. Whatever.
We should start doing what I want to do in moving forward, and I know that we've been like it's a whole quarantine situation. We're finding ways around it, like how we're able to do this live right now through Twitch. I actually learned Twitch yesterday, so we can try to pull this off. Um, I feel like we should start doing more podcasts with other podcasters as well. Like I feel like those are some fun times too. So shout out to like the
Yeah.
Jabba that we've
It's
done stuff with.
different
Is this Jabba the only one that we did podcasts with, like a combined?
twice, like two different
Yeah,
times
like
we did
twice,
when we did
twice
it
or
on
three times or
like
something like that. Yeah, we did it a few times with them.
yeah, and it's always been love with them. We've gone to a couple of their pay-per-view parties, so wrestling parties. So it's just it's dope when you can connect with other people again, and other people of color. You know that similar in the sense of just we just want to be heard,
Right.
right? So it's always dope. Not to exclude anybody else, but for so many years, right? In regards to wrestling specifically, a white male dominated sport, you know, and even still now, yeah, you see so many different podcasts of people of color, but are we really getting the opportunities?
Right.
You know, so it's definitely like bringing people's voices together is a big thing.
So you want to get to some of this
Yeah.
wrestling? Well, I'm still grabbing pictures.
Yeah, what did you I mean, I wound up watching
Thunder Rosa.
Krista B and PR can Patricia can tell give me what's her name? I think Candice on their panel, but
Candace.
she was mentioning the same thing that you said in regards to Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, that the match was crazy. So I wound up finally watching it a week later or so, and their match was crazy. And I was texting you, but you didn't respond. That's how
Nah, I
you
was
are.
running errands.
I
I
was
told you I
saying
was running errands.
not at the time that I was watching it. Stop it. Anyway, I won't say that match was like fire in the sense of like technical wrestling,
They
like
told a
on some
story.
Sasha and Bailey takeover. I'm not, but I said technical wrestling. I didn't say in regards to storytelling or anything because there's been a story being told between them for the past couple of weeks. They've been getting at each other like they hate each other. But I watched that match and I was like, oh my god, like the thumbtacks and the both bleeding like crazy, and then there was a spot off the top rope that Thunder Rosa hit Britt Baker with, and I was
That
like,
Valley Driver,
Jesus
right?
Christ. Yes, and I was just like, oh my god. But you know, it was a dope match. I'm not gonna take that away from him. I like I said, I don't think it was the cleanest and the most technical wrestling type match, but I don't think that was supposed to be
Right.
that. It was supposed to be a hard hitting, brutal match, and the first ever women to main event an AEW show. So shout out to them. And here's to more. Like this is what everything I've been preaching in regards to AEW. Like you can't want to be different from WWE, but doing the same thing. And then earlier in that show, they had showed Jade Cargill, and she's dope,
Yeah.
right? So I love that the women are being featured. And this is also Women's History Month, so we gotta always put over the women,
Always.
And that's one thing I want to say, just a little off type topic that I appreciate you about, because a lot of men, specifically in this industry, are very like stereotypical when it comes to about women wrestling or just women in general. And you just been always been an advocate in regards to women wrestling. So it's always been fun like having this
Thank you.
conversation, because I don't feel like you don't want to like dismiss me when it comes to like really focusing on women. Like hell, you could have told me about anything from AEW, but you say no, watch this
Yeah.
match. You feel me?
It was a
So
dope. It was a pretty dope show, but them women they stole the show. Like they got a standing ovation when they went to the
I
back.
don't think it was a dope show.
Huh?
I don't know if it was a dope show. I don't know if it was a dope show. I'm still like, how I feel about
Yeah.
AEW.
I feel like
But
it was a dope
here nor
show.
there.
And they got when the ladies got to the back, they got a standing, well deserved ovation from everybody. And I just want to see where they want to go moving forward because, like we said, there's always an issue with the women division, and they need to put a light on that. And for me, I don't care if you're a man or woman. If you're dope in the ring, you're dope in the ring. That's all I care about. And I feel like that's what it should be when it comes to fans, especially for people of color. We already overcome so much. We might as well support everything that we can.
Yeah, for sure. And like for me, because I wound up watching a few weeks of AEW, watching it back. For me, that's the hottest feud for me.
Yeah, definitely.
So so you have to continue that. I don't know where else they can go after that match in regards to stipulation
No,
or what,
that was the
but
end of their. That's what they said. That's their signature to end it all.
got it. Okay.
That's their
To end it
signature.
off.
You know how
Okay,
they
so
got
then
Hell in
and
a
then Thunder
Cell and blah
Rosa.
blah blah. Theirs is the lights out match.
Okay, that was her. Okay, you all, hey, listen, then it was dope.
But now
Outside of that, like,
everybody's calling for Britt Baker to be champion.
but we've been saying this for a long time, and it was funny because I think they were showing Sheeta that was watching the match, and I was like, yo, they gotta change this title. Like they keep showing her backstage, and every time it was just like I got annoyed. They kept showing that damn title, but Britt should have like a long time ago. First of all, she's a known name, like one of the known names that is in the women's division. She should have been got a title. She's been killing her role for the longest.
Yeah.
There's no. I understand she's been injured a couple of times, but I'm confused in general why she hasn't. And this is the time for Big Swole to get in the picture somewhere too. She wasn't on last week, so I'm just trying to figure out again,
Well,
like the
she's.
cohesiveness when it comes to
I think
women.
with Big Show is more so she's trying to get her win back up. She was gone for a while due to her illness. She talked about it for a
Yeah,
little bit, and people was asking for her, and she finally said that she's dealing with what she was dealing with, and she's just not getting back from it. But when she came
right.
back, she did take a shot at the throne, like, "Yo, y'all got debt to pay." So it looks like
Yeah,
she's
but
heading
I
that
just
way.
my thing is I remember that promo. You told me about the promo and I watched it, but now okay, Revolution finished.
She's she's
What's
been on elevation trying to get her win back. I think like her ring, like she's been out of the ring so long. It's been like 2 3 months. She's been out of the
yeah,
ring.
ring
Yeah,
rust? Yeah.
but eventually I feel like she's gonna be
Well,
back at top for real. And then they pushing Jade right now. I know that Red Velvet hasn't been officially announced yet. I know that's one of their top women prospects as well. They gave Sheeta the reins to the women's division. It seems like so Sheeta's been putting together a lot of great matches for the women. So I
mhm.
think that's why they're focusing more on the women because now they have somebody that's really focused on it like they should be. So again, we're just
Yeah.
gonna see
So I
what
mean,
happens.
shout out to them. It is. I guess it's baby steps,
Yeah.
right? So they're making progress. What about WWE? I know you weren't too big on Fastlane. I wound up watching it. When you gave me a thumbs down, I was like, I watched it. It wasn't like, damn, this was their best one because they've been pretty solid with pay per views. I'm not going to WWE is WWE, but it's been their pay per view streak has for me personally has been pretty nothing has been wild disappointing.
Right.
Um, and I felt the same. And I don't think you can expect much from Fastlane. It's just the bridge to get to WrestleMania, right? So you can't really expect like, yo, it's gonna be
But that's what at the end of the day, that's what it kind of is like. That's what was disappointing about it is that at the end of the day, it was just um a throwaway pay per view, right? And I feel like for a throwaway pay per view, for that matter, it felt like just a hyped up Raw or SmackDown. It wasn't really needed in a sense.
yeah, in my opinion, I think because there was a time I don't, or maybe it was back in the Attitude Era. Were there always pay per views every month or
It was
no? I don't
it was
know.
at one point it used to be 4 times a year, and then they went to every month. But every month was spaced out. Like you have this, and then 2 weeks later it's supposed to be WrestleMania. We didn't need this in
Yeah,
between Royal Rumble and
yeah.
WrestleMania. This is the road to WrestleMania.
Well,
What was the Elimination Chamber, right? Like after Elimination
yeah. So
Chamber,
I was gonna say either or.
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that because okay, so you got WrestleMania is April, and then Royal Rumble is January. So you're gonna need a pay per view in between them. And then I think personally, then that's when they need to focus on just building feuds. Like someone hit me up text me this morning in regards to Sasha was gonna come up some way somehow, the Sasha and Bianca feud, and someone was like, in regards to their the build to it. I mean, I think we all saw how it's going,
yeah,
how that's gonna turn. Um, But I agree in the sense of like, okay, you could have had the pay per view, whichever one you decide, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, whatever, and then just focus on building feuds. Like, I mean, they are doing that because you can see with like Apollo and Big E, that's gonna go into WrestleMania, which I'm actually very
very
excited
excited
for.
for.
So they're doing their thing with certain feuds, but you know how WWE can be one sided. It's just like, all right, there's a couple that we can focus on. Like we don't even know what's going on with the Raw Women's Championship,
Right.
right? So,
And we don't know what's going on. And going, I guess we're transitioning into just in general conversation. And honestly, we don't even know what's going on right now with Charlotte. You know what I mean? Like nobody really knows what's happening with the women's division at Raw. Period. Like who's number one contender? Like who's going in as the champion? Who's going to challenge for the championship? Is it even going to be on the show? If it's not, that's crazy.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. You already know how I feel in the sense of with Charlotte. It's okay to have her off one WrestleMania or have her in a battle royal. Especially when what is it? Her stock isn't that high right now with the audience, right? So I think it's okay that she doesn't have to be in contention for the Raw Women's title. However, there needs to be some activity going on with that title. Again, we always say with Asuka. Asuka is like one of the most decorated champions in WWE, but when people say she deserves more, it's because of that. Like you give her a title and then she's an afterthought and you don't do anything. Unfortunately, she got her teeth kicked out, so she was off for a minute, but when she always carries the titles, it's just like you don't do anything. It's literally always an afterthought. So it's just again, Naomi, I'm praying that the way the Hurt Business is like, because MVP was literally an MVP.
Right.
The way he like resurrected his career, Lashley's career, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander. Not to say that Naomi needs resurrecting,
Right.
but
She could
she needs,
benefit from it.
and I don't even say she could benefit it. Not that she can't do it on her own because she's a great baby face, but what they give her, like for example, and this is no shade or knock on Lana, but she doesn't need to be in a tag team with Lana.
Yeah, that whole situation is just weird.
You know, at this point, Naomi should have been a Raw Women's Champion, right? So it's like that could have been for me WrestleMania, Asuka versus Naomi. You know, so I just feel like you said, there's a lot of glaring holes when it comes to the women's division on both divisions.
Real quick from the chat room, Serving Fly said the only good matches were no holds barred in the Universal title match. Slepton said Rollins and Shin and Daniel Bryan versus Roman were the best matches. And then Phil said that Fastlane and Elimination Chamber used to be brand exclusive pay-per-views. That's why there were two before Mania, but they don't really need it right now, like we're saying.
Yeah.
Serving Fly also said that that they treat Oscar like it's nothing, and he's jealous of my picture with Liv. I got a slide show going down. I'm like picking up this Twitch thing like that. I love this. And said
and did you pick any of my pictures with my
I got a picture of you. Got a picture of you and Austin up there. I couldn't find the picture of you and Sasha in our IG thing.
I mean, but you go on my page, it's like 10,000. That's the homie.
I go to your page, I guess. It said
homie. What we talking about?
It said that
always about you.
She does.
It's always about. I got a picture with Liv too.
She needs to be in her business. I got you a Stone Cold. What you mean?
Oh, he was so like caring. Anyway, the way he's like, let me help you with that. I was like, this is going off tangent real quick. I've been telling a lot of people because everyone knows my favorite wrestler ever is The Rock. Right. But lately, as an adult, I've gravitated to Stone Cold because I feel like he's more authentic and more like
down to earth?
Not authentic, but more relatable. Yeah. The Rock is, I mean, and granted, you worked your way to become this mega star. It is what it is, but so that's what my point when you brought that up. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everyone.
You know what else?
Shinsuke and Seth was mad good. That was a great match.
Yeah, they told a great story.
And Drew. This is, and I think I told you this or someone else. Drew doesn't do it for me.
He doesn't. So here's the thing. I was like, again, this is one of our shows where if you don't know, Jenna loves to have bullet points. What we're going to talk about. Me, I just rather do off the cuff, which is what we're doing right now, and I love it.
We haven't done bullet points in that long, so chill. I know. I thought you were gonna say I love Bullet Club. I'm like, yeah, not like you.
It's been like 3 episodes.
That I have not done notes or anything crazy or been like mad hands on with any of this. But
what I'm gonna say is, dang, let me lose my point. Oh, so we're going off the cuff. What's the last thing we were discussing?
You was just talking about Drew and then bullet points.
So we were talking about this, right? I don't understand how they automatically just announced that Drew McIntyre is going to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania when he had a whole match with Sheamus. What if he had lost that match to Sheamus at last night at Fastlane? Like, he's still going to be number one contender?
She wasn't, but
yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, it was like foreshadowing what was going to happen. Like, I would have rather they had made last night a number one contenders match, if anything. If they really just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, announce whoever's going to be.
Because then this match was for nothing, basically. Yeah.
And then, too, I was already mad I didn't get my freaking Lesnar versus Lashley match. Like, that's what I was vouching for.
Thank God. I understand. But, you don't need... You don't need Brock Lesnar in fucking WrestleMania. It's okay to skip one WrestleMania without, dude. It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, I guess.
But going to your point, or to the point that I originally made in regards to Drew, and was having this conversation with someone. I think it was, I don't remember, in regards to him being a top face, and I'm like, I understand, but I don't understand. Like, I truly think he's boring.
Yeah, Stepdon said he
You
needs to
know,
be back
I'm
to
not
heel.
saying I don't even think he needs to be healed. I think, honestly, and I don't want to be, I always say this on the show, I never want to disrespect any wrestlers, because I know
can't do it.
the things that they do, I can't do it. I can't speak to millions of people or thousands of people, and so I don't want to sit here and be too critical. But for me, he doesn't do anything heel or face. I think the face turn was best for him, because he was just, remember, when he was a heel, he was like facing Roman like a gazillion times, right? And it was just doing nothing for him. So the face turn was good, and he's done well as a champion. I just don't see him as a face of the company. Like, when I see Roman, I see face. I see Sasha, I see face. I see Bianca, a up and coming face. I see that, right? You know, so I just like, something about Drew is missing. I'm not saying he's not talented, because he's talented. I just don't see it.
He
For me,
doesn't connect as well. For like, remember we had that issue with Seth Rollins after a while as a champion, that we just couldn't like connect to him anymore. Well, that's what it is with Seth. Like, well, not Seth, with Drew, is like, what do we really connect with Drew? Like, yeah, he made a great comeback, but I liked it better. Like Stepped on saying, I know you don't think that Drew needs it, but I think Drew do needs to be a heel. He worked better as a heel. He was more interesting as a heel. Yeah, we use as a lackey, but we always knew that he would grow out of the lackey mode. And when he grew out of the lackey mode, I would have hoped that he would stay the heel. It would have been monstrous. Who's the real monstrous heel right now for WWE and Raw?
I or in the company for that matter, I can't really think of anybody that's really a monstrous heel outside
Roman.
of, well, yeah. But I don't know if I would consider him monstrous, you know, but I understand, but I feel like as soon as Drew turned face, and like all of a sudden, because we still had crowds at the time, there was people like cheering for him. And I don't know if that, when did he turn face? Before Rumble, or no? It was before Rumble. He turned face, and
He started doing that
he was
countdown.
getting a
3,
reaction.
2,
Exactly. I was just gonna
1.
say that. Exactly.
Well,
And
Phil
he
said that
started
too.
getting
He does better
reaction,
with
but
a
he
live
never got a
crowd.
reaction as a heel. Huh?
Yeah, Phil said that. He said he does better with a live crowd.
Where are my pictures? Why I just see you and Liv?
I'm getting pictures. I thought you were gonna see this thing anyway. Where you coming from?
Nah, because I see me and you. Go to my page and
I
get
just
one with
got
me and the
some. Hold on. I'm grabbing more pictures of us. We're going to both our Instagrams. I'm grabbing pictures. That's what I'm doing right now.
Anyway, what you said? Hold on. Phil said Drew was way better with a live crowd. He was, and
I
I
just
don't
said that
think
to you.
any. Yeah, but I had interrupted you, so I wanted to read that again. You are lucky. We got a bridge, because and a pandemic in between us. Because I will go and anyway. Yeah, he did. I don't know. Like, not everyone is able to deliver in this pandemic era. So maybe that's that. Like, I don't know, but something is not connecting for me and Drew. Maybe he needs to try the heel thing again, but I don't think he's bad as a face. And as weird as I'm like critiquing him right now, but something is
Yeah, they do
missing
suck.
for me
They do suck.
personally.
WWE definitely does suck with the faces right now that they do have. I'm interested to see how they're gonna react with as Bobby Lashley grows in popularity. They better not do him dirty. That's all I want to say. Like, I know they want
I
I
mean,
know they want Drew to win in front of a
he's
live crowd,
fantastic.
but he can win in front of a live crowd at SummerSlam.
Well, why? And that was my point that I had brought up when I had this conversation with someone. It's like, okay, but why do you want him to win in front of a live crowd? What is it that is Drew? Like, Drew has had a long ass title reign, two actually, Why does he need to have another reign in front? He got his moment at WrestleMania. So what I'm even though there wasn't a crowd, why does he need a crowd? I don't. Why can't Bobby go off into the sunset? I'm
Bobby
just
didn't win in
trying to
front of a
figure this
crowd.
out. Especially exactly right. Especially if we talking about Naomi possibly going into the Hurt business. Now you talking about Bobby with the title, Naomi with the women's title. Like you can do some things.
Right.
You see some things.
They were,
Not some things, but some
but
things. That's how the
that
kids
was
say it.
another
Them
thing too. I don't
things.
understand why they had the Hurt Business lose the tag team title so soon. Like Lashley just won a championship. They were dominant with gold, and also you take the titles off of them for what? To give it back to the New Day? I love the New Day, but come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I just there's at this point it's kind of what we're used to with WWE, right? It's hit and miss. It's just like you most of the time it's missed, but then there's those rare moments where like they really did something good. And it reminds you as of when you're a kid, like that feel good, like when you like what happened when Bobby won, right?
Yeah.
It was a dope feeling when Bianca won the Royal Rumble. It was dope for me when Edge won too. That was dope, or just moments that you're surprised, right? Sometimes they get it. Most of the time they don't though, and it's just kind of like it's unfortunate because we have this conversation all the time. You have a lot of out of touch people that are still running that business.
Definitely do. All right, we got a couple of more pictures I'm
So,
about to add into the whole more Jenna pictures, I guess. I don't have any pictures of wrestlers like that, so I'll do some in there.
did you put with me and did you put with me and the goat?
Maybe.
I didn't see the picture.
Huh?
Which picture did you select with me and the goat?
It's restarting. Let it get there. It's a slideshow. Enjoy the slideshow of the history of our time together.
Whatever. Anywho, anything else you want to discuss? We've been on for an hour.
No, we still got time. It's a special event, so we probably can stay on before Raw goes off. Because we have some people in the chat. We have some people watching with us. Somebody says Bobby has to retain at Mania. That's for sure. No, we don't want more slides of Jenna.
Who said? Oh no, you said. Okay, I was about to say. I was about to
Phil
say.
said, Phil
I'm about
said,
to come. I'm about to come at Craig
because he
crazy.
lost the opportunity last year, even though he doesn't agree with that logic. This is what WWE's thinking. He should be there.
Mm-hmm.
Better match with AJ. Yeah, I think Bobby Lashley versus AJ would be dope. Um, yeah, they did drop Kofi versus Ali to do tag team stuff with New Day again. That was disappointing. And they said that the New Day would have stage persons, not the Hurt Business. They bring the crowd. I mean,
I just hate the whole. I get it. I just hate the whole dropping titles and then people getting it back, like the hot potato thing.
right.
I hate that we saw that a couple of years ago with Sasha and Charlotte, and people complained about that, right? And I felt like after I think they kind of chilled off with doing that in general, but it's annoying. It's annoying. Like let someone have a straight reign. And it, like for example, the Miz, like I've been saying for like over a year or so, I would have loved to see the Miz get the title, whichever heavyweight title, and face Daniel Bryan and have a legitimate feud. The feud that they had was trash,
Definitely.
right? So it sucks that I get he was like kind of like thrown in there. He's a company guy, so he gets it. And I'm sure he did, he did what he had to do and was cool with it. But he deserved, to see what he can do with the title a little bit.
Especially when he's Mr.
And I was
USA.
literally having word, and I literally had this. I was thinking about this when I was watching Fastlane. I'm like, because I'm like, I see Drew's gonna win. Like, I haven't been on social media, so I didn't know they already announced that was gonna be the thing. Him at WrestleMania, even though that was gonna be the case. But I was like, yo, they literally could have kept the title on Drew and just had Bobby win at Elimination Chamber, even though no, never mind, because that was only for
Right.
champions. Um, could have had him on a roll to WrestleMania type shit too, and him and Sheamus facing each other since Sheamus is feuding with Drew, right?
Yeah.
That could have been Bobby's path to WrestleMania, and then Bobby could have won in front of the audience, and it would have been a big thing because
They're like a diversity
black
with the
man,
WWE title.
Exactly. And we already have Sasha and Bianca, so that would have been just a big thing in regards to just our community at least. So it's just like a lot of things that they do is very unnecessary, but it's a constant thing that we constantly have to discuss. I will say in regards to again bringing back Apollo and Big E, I got to say cuz I've been on the not I haven't been on the Apollo Crews bandwagon on for a very very long time, but I think
They found
we
it.
had this conversation if this heel turn with the Nigerian accent was a good thing. I love it. I love it. I love him and I love Big E how spirited he is in regards to like that aggression that he found. Um I think it's dope. That's a feud that I'm very excited for WrestleMania.
Definitely, he
So
has to win that hands down.
Apollo
Yeah, he has to win the
or
title. No,
Biggie.
no, Apollo.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he deserves it. He deserves it. Biggie, he's done what he's done. I think he's done a very good job, but that's Big E. But yeah, Apollo definitely deserves it. And I can see him like having some if WWE doesn't mess this up, but I can see him having dope, feuds in the mid card. Why not? He's aggressive. I always said he's a great wrestler. He just needed to find his character. And that's what he's doing. So I'm really looking forward to that match at WrestleMania. One thing though, this tag team shit that's going on SmackDown with Street. I was gonna say Street Day,
Street Profits.
the Street Profits, and all them. Like, we gonna set up another Fatal 4-Way for WrestleMania because that's what it looks like. Like, yeah, so like
But that's
so
the same way I called. The same way
unoriginal.
I called last night. It's gonna be a three-way between Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Edge. Like,
I actually like that.
yeah, but it's
I
like
like that a
they show
lot.
their hands a lot, right? And I feel like
Yeah,
Street Profits never like really got a rematch. Everybody else got rematches, but Street Profits.
Street Day. Yeah.
So like, I feel like what's going on with that? And definitely like Big E is going to be in a Universal title picture. I feel like after WrestleMania, heading towards
He
SummerSlam,
has to be.
towards SummerSlam.
If Roman retains, I think he should be up
So I
next.
think that I feel like Daniel Bryan is there to eat the pin. Honestly,
Yeah, but who's gonna win? Who do you think is gonna win?
Roman.
I think Edge is
I
gonna
think
win.
Roman.
I think Edge is gonna.
I don't think.
We'll see. I think Edge got it.
I don't know.
Edge signed a 3-year contract, and it's not like it's on some Brock Lesnar or whatever. I show up and I'm not gonna fight on Raw or SmackDown. He fought on
Yo, I'm getting
SmackDown.
tired of this Brock Lesnar slander. All right.
I'm not. No, I'm not even. It wasn't even no. It's just. It's. I don't think Edge was on some part timer shit. Like I think he legitimately is someone who want. And I'm not saying Brock doesn't. I'm just saying Edge. It got taken away from him
Right.
wrestling.
Right.
So I think he's like just seizing the moment. So I think we'll definitely see him win, even if it's not a long title ring. I think we'll see Edge um win. But that's my opinion.
So what do you think about this whole Andrade situation? Did you hear about that?
You fella.
Huh? You said what?
I can't hear you. I don't know if that's me or
Can you hear me now?
nope. I can't hear you, fella.
What is
Can't
happening?
hear you.
What is happening? Can you not hear me?
Can't hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
No.
I disconnected my AirPods.
Okay, can you hear me now? Your AirPods probably died because everybody else in the chat can hear me. Um,
Hold on, but now there's a delay.
okay. I don't know.
I hear like our just what we were just talking right now in my
Because you're connected to the
hold on.
phone. Your AirPod connected to the phone.
Got it. Hold on, let me see something. Hold on. Let's see. Let me connect right back on.
Again, to the people that's in the chat,
Okay.
just do me a favor. If you have a picture
Yeah,
of us,
talk.
go ahead and send it to our DMs
Got it.
at the Mixed Tag Show. We'll post it up inside the slide. I guess we'll stay here a little bit longer, about like 10 more minutes. just before Raw, so you get them wind down before Raw, and people can go back and watch that. So, what did you hear? Did you hear the situation with Andrade?
Yeah, you showed me that he was fired or no, he was released, but that was a given.
Yeah, not really because they said no first. They had said no earlier.
Yeah, but you know how companies are say they're not gonna do something. I just felt like, and I keep telling you and someone else like Alistair is next.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, you're just not being used. Like, what's the point? And it's interesting, and not to get in anybody's personal business, but you know, Charlotte or is engaged to
and
Andrade,
now she
right? And
disappeared.
that's I don't think, I think you feeding too much into that. I don't think there's anything with that. I just truly believe like, yo, why is Charlotte on the poster? She's not even the Raw Women's
Yeah, and
Champion.
I was calling that out directly on WWE stuff. Like, why is Charlotte even around here? And I think a lot of people was calling that out. Like, Charlotte just said, "I want the WWE Women's Championship match against Asuka," and then everybody was like, and then all of a sudden now she's on the posters, and Asuka's not even on the poster. Like, that didn't make no sense whatsoever. In terms of Andrade, where do you see him going? I feel like he could do something over at Ring of Honor, his little Bonabos brother Rush, or maybe go to New Japan and see what's up with Naito.
I just don't think that's true. Reconnect with like the whole Lij
Yep.
thing and everything. I just don't see, again, not to bring up personal people's business. I don't see him traveling outside the country to compete. And I hate to say everything is AEW, but it might be a situation where AEW picks him up. That might be a situation, and he stays in Florida, and it's a win-win for their personal life. I don't know. He's a great talent, and it's unfortunate that like there was a lot of momentum when him, Alistair, Ricochet, all these dudes came up from NXT. Like a lot of great talent, and I thought it was very easy for them to like figure out something, but that wasn't the case. So
And I'm hearing
I
that.
don't
I'm
know.
hearing that.
What?
I'm hearing that. A certain Ricochet is not that happy either. But you're not hearing. You didn't hear that from here. Um.
What about, and speaking of NXT, you have any thoughts of NXT? I know you haven't really been focusing on it like that.
Oh no.
Anything that stands out? Like I know they just got the women tag team titles.
Well, we've already said that how
For
we
the
felt about the tag team titles, and I still stand by what I said about the tag team titles. I feel like it's pointless for them to have it. If that's the case, they should have just won the regular women's tag team titles and let that person float around. Um,
I don't think it was pointless. I just
it's redundant because now
because
the titles that the women
I
have is
don't
only
even
for
think
two
it.
programs.
I don't think that it's redundant. It's I have faith in Triple H, although I feel like NXT has lost its pizzazz, and for a while now. I have faith that they'll recruit legitimate tag teams, and you'll see this being defended more as opposed to how it's being defended on the main roster. Although like I mentioned before, I do think Shayna and Nia are a great team together. I really do.
Yeah,
Um,
but I just feel like
but yeah,
they could have elevated somebody at NXT by letting them travel in between all three brands, like to bring more awareness back to NXT, especially when you're about to release another version of NXT soon. You would want them to carry a title that can go to all brands. You know what I'm saying? Like it just makes some more eyes. Just real quick, Phil said
I just think. Sorry, not to cut you off, but just
you
real
meant
quick.
it.
I don't think. I just think that I don't think it's gonna bring more eyes to the new, whatever they're doing with NXT. I think legitimately the wrestling commute like business, like in regards to ratings and reviews, is where we're at.
Yeah,
We thought there was gonna be a Wednesday night war, and then AEW was gonna get all of these viewers, and it's consistently the same thing. And Raw keeps dropping, and SmackDown is like hovering over 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, like that. I just think at this point this is what you're going to get in regards to people and their interest with wrestling in 2021. I don't think that's going to change.
and that's the interesting part of that is that the women's match on AEW this past week brought in over 1 million views for them. So
But not TV. Not
no,
TV. That's what
TV.
I'm
It
what
was TV, no?
no, because no, I was reading it brought 119, or it didn't, it brought in a lot of people, but I didn't see. I was literally reading because I was like, yo, what
It was the
was?
highest turnover from NXT to AEW in their history.
It was like 45,000 or something like that was the turnover or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I read something wrong, but I saw two different articles. Not to say it did bring in numbers for them, but like I said, it's not like it brought 3-4 million people.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. And then next week in the following week, it's just
gonna
gonna go back
more.
down. I just think, I just think with wrestling all across the board, whether it's WWE, Impact, wherever, you're gonna get what you're gonna get.
And Phil just brought up a good point again on this Andrade situation. We also forget that Thea Trinidad is out here too, and Andrade doesn't have a 90-day clause, so it'd be interesting to see how they may come back together, or what.
I was thinking that, but I don't know if I can mention what you were telling me or what. Well, all I'm gonna say is if I think there's not to say she can't manage more than one people,
right?
But I think
her plans are already in place.
I would love to see her actually not even in the manager role, but to actually wrestle. But that's another topic. I can see her managing another group. I personally can see her managing Santana and Ortiz on AEW just because they're all Puerto Rican. They're all from New York. There's that connection, that tide, right? So I can definitely see them working, together. Whereas like with Andrade, it was like she was definitely his mouthpiece, and I don't know. Although they had a great pairing, I'm not gonna knock that. So maybe she can just manage multiple. I don't know. This is all speculation. We don't know where people are gonna go. For all we know, Andrade might go back to New Japan, and then that's not even in the conversation or in the works. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe Thea decides to go back to Impact. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's all speculation and opinions. So I think we can wrap this up, though, right?
I was about to say, we can wrap this up a little bit. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in, everybody that's in the chat room. They got this conversation going. Thank you for joining us for our 3-year anniversary, guys. We've been doing this for 3 years, 3 strong years. We appreciate it for all you guys' support. Please continue to support us. Support all Black podcasters. Tell them that the Mixed Tag Show sent you. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitch. We're going to try to use this more often since this was a great success despite the delay that happened earlier. Follow us at the Mixed Tag Show everywhere: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on our personals at
Miss Jenna Baby, BAYBEE. And again, disclaimer, I will be back on social media very soon. I'm just Zen Jen was taking a break.
And you can follow me at Blue Magic Grind, Spell How It Sound on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere else. And I'm also starting a Twitch part as well, so you can follow me over there on Twitch. I need my followers up so I can be affiliate. Follow us here as well. Get us to 50 so we can be affiliates of Twitch as the Mixed Tag Show. Follow me at Blue Magic Grind on Twitch so I can get an affiliate role. Jenna, I know Jenna's going to be working on some things as well once she comes back from her social media break. I know she wanted to touch on some things as well. Straight Shoe Sundays this past Sunday was with Miss Krista B from Those Wrestling Girls. Shout out to them as well. Check out that episode. I'll be posting that up later as well. We'll be posting up this episode as well. You can listen to it again tomorrow. Thank you again for 3 years of the Mixed Tag Show.
Thank you. It's been a blast.
Let me find this button so I can get ready. I'm going to do it old school because it's 3 years. And on that note, I bid you farewell. Goodbye. Mwah.
Mwah.
And good night. Bang.
Bang. Yeah, Mark.
Tag show.